The Taming of the Shrew, Act 1, Scene 2.
Verona, for a while, I take my leave to my friends in Aguilar, but of all my best beloved friend, Vinson. And trout, this is his house. Here, Sir Romeo, knock, I say.
Knock, sir. Whom should I knock? Is there another man has been observed your worship?
Villain, I say. Knock me here soundly.
Knock you here, sir. Why, sir? Where am I? Sir, that I should knock you here, sir.
Villain, I say, knock me at this gate, and rap me well, or I'll knock you your name's fate.
My master is grown querulous. I should knock you first, and then I should know after you come for the worst.
Will it not be? Fates and outright. I'll try and make console and sing it.
Help, master, help! My master is mad.
No, knock when I beat you, Mr.
How now? What's the matter? I have an old friend Grumio and my good friend Petruchio. How do you all at Verona?
Signor Tenzio, come here to part the fray. Con tutto il lavoro ben trovato, may I say.
Nosotros casa bienvenuto. Buonoto anolota, signor mio Petruchio. Rise, Grumio, rise. We will compound this quarrel.
Natus no matter, sir, what he legals in Latin, if he were not been an awful cause for me to leave his servants. Look you, sir, you bend, knock me down, and rap him soundly, sir. Well, for he fit for a servant to use his master, so being perhaps you cause. I see 2 and 30, a pipe out. Whom would you got? I shall have knocked at the first, for have no Gnomio come by the worst.
A senseless villain, good Hortensio, I bade the rascal knock upon your gate, and could not get him from my heart to do it.
Knocking at the gate? Oh heavens, spark you not, these words planned. Siraj, knock me here, rap me here, knock me well, and knock me soundly. And come, you now, knock me at the gate?
Sirrah, be gone, or talk not, I advise you.
Petruchio, patience, I am Grumio's pledge. Why, this is a heavy chance, twist him and you, your ancient trusty pleasant, servant Grumio. And tell me now, sweet friend, what happy gale blows you to powder here from Verona?
Such wind as scatters young men through the world to seek their fortunes farther than at home, where small experience grows, but in a few, Signor Tenzio, thus it stands with me, Antonio, my father, is deceased, and I have thrust myself into this maze, happily to wive and thrive as best I may. Crowns in my purse I have, and good at home, and so am come abroad to see the world.
Petruchio, shall I then come roundly to thee, and wish thee to eschew ill-favored wife? Thou wilt thank me but a little for my counsel. And yet I'll promise then she shall be rich, and very rich. But thou art too much for my friend, and I will not wish thee to her.
Signor Tenzio, twixt such friends as we few words suffice, and therefore if thou know one rich enough to be Petruchio's wife, as wealth is burden of my wooing dance, be she as foul as was Florentius' love, as old as Cybele, and as cursed and shrewd as Socrates' Xanthippe, or worse, she moves me not, or not removes at least. Affection's edge in me, were she as rough as are the swelling Adriatic seas. I come to wife it wealthy in Padua, if wealthily, then happily in Padua.
You look, sir, you tell me flatly what his mind is. Why give him gold enough and marry him to a puppet or an aglet baby, or an old troll with ne'er a tooth in her head, though she was as many diseases as 52 horses? Why nothing comes amiss, so money comes with all.
Petruchio, since we are stepped thus far in, I will continue that I boast in jest. I can, Petruchio, help thee to a wife, with wealth enough and young and beauteous, brought up as best becomes a gentlewoman. Her only fault, and that is false enough, is that she is intolerable cursed, and shrewd and forced, so beyond all measure that were my state far worse than it is, I will not wed her for a mine of gold.
Thou knowest not gold's effect. Tell me your father's name, and 'tis enough. For I will board her, though she chide as loud as thunder when the clouds in autumn crack.
Her father is Baptista Manola, an ineffable and courteous gentleman. Her name is Catherina Manola, renowned in Padua for her scolding tongue.
I know her father, though I know not her, and he knew my deceased father well. I will not sleep, Hortensio, till I see her, and therefore let me be thus bold with you, to give you over at the first encounter, unless you will accompany me thither.
I pray you, sir, let him go while the humor lasts my words, and she knew him as well as I do. She would think scolding would do a little upon him. She perhaps call him half a score, horse, or so. There's nothing that once he railed in front of his rope tricks. Let him go, sir, and he stands for a little more. He threw a figure in his face, so he disguised him with what she held now. Eyes more to see what a cat she knew him, no, sir.
Tarry, Petruchio, I must go with thee, for in Baptista's keep my treasure is. He hath the jewel of my life in hold. His youngest daughter, beautiful Bianca, and her withholds from me and other more. Suitors to her and rival in my love, supposing is a thing impossible. For those defects I have before rehearsed, that ever Catherina will be wooed. Therefore, in this order hath Baptista ta'en, that none shall have access unto Bianca, till Catherina the cursed have got a husband.
Catherina the Cursed, a title for maid of all titles of the worst.
Now shall my friend Petruchio do me grace, and offer me disguised in sober robes to old Baptista as a schoolmaster, well seen in music to instruct Bianca, that so I may, by this advice at least, have leave and lecture to make love to her, and unexpected court by herself.
Here's no knavery, see to beloved the old folks, how the young man lays their hands together. Master, master, look, who goes there? Ha!
Peace, Grumio. It is the vow of my love, Petruchio. Stand by a while.
A proper stingling and an enormous.
Oh, very well. I have perused the note. Hark you, sir, I'll have them very fairly bound. All books of love, see that at any hand, and see you read no other lectures to her. You understand me, over and beside Signor Baptista's liberality. I'll mend it with the largest, take your paper too, and let me have them very well perfumed. For she is sweeter than perfume itself, to whom they go to. What will you read to her?
Whatever I read to her, I'll plead for you. As for my patron, stand you so assured, as firmly as yourself were still in place. Yeah, and perhaps with more successful words than you, unless you were a scholar, sir.
Oh, this learning, what a thing it is.
Oh, this woodcock, what an ass it is.
Peace, sirrah.
Grumio, mum. God save you, Signor Gremio.
And you are well met, Signor Hortensio. Though you whither, I am going to Baptista Manola. I promise to inquire carefully about a schoolmaster for the fair Bianca, and by good fortune I have lighted well on this young man. For learning and behavior, fits for her turn, well read in poetry and other books, good ones, I warrant you.
This well, and I have met a gentleman, half promised to help another, a fine musician to instruct our mistress. So shall I no whit be behind in duty, to fair Bianca, so beloved of me.
Beloved of me, and that my deeds shall prove.
And that his bag shall prove.
Gremio, this now no time to vent our love. Listen to me, if you speak me fair. I'll tell you news indifferent good for either. Here is gentleman whom by chance I met, upon agreement from us to his liking, will undertake to woo cursed Catherine. Yes, and to marry her if her dowry please.
So said, so done as well. Hortensio, have you told him all her faults?
I know she is an irksome, brawling scold. If that be all, masters, I hear no fault.
No sayest me so, friend. What countryman?
Born in Verona, old Antonio's son. My father dead, your fortune lives for me, and I do hope good days and long to see.
Oh, sir, such a life, with such a wife, were strange. But if you have a stomach, taught a God's name, you shall have me assisting you in all. But will you woo this wildcat?
Will I live?
Will he woo her, or I'll hang her?
Why came I hither but to that intent? Think you a little din can daunt mine ears? Have I not in my time heard lions roar? Have I not heard the sea, puffed up with the winds, raised like an angry boar, chafed with sweat? Have I not heard great ordnance in the field, and heaven's artillery thunder in the skies? Have I not in a pitched battle heard Lord Larmus, neighing steeds and trumpets clang? And do you tell me of a woman's tongue, that gives not half so great a blow to hear, as will I a chestnut in a farmer's fire? Tush, tush, fear boys with bugs,
For he fears none.
Hortensio, hark! This gentleman is happily arrived. My mind presumes for his own good and ours.
As promised, we will be contributors and bear his charge of wooing, whatsoever.
And so we will, provided that he win her.
I would have wear it was such a good dinner.
Gentlemen, God save you. If I may be bold, tell me, I beseech you, which is the readiest way to the house of Signor Batista Minola?
He that isn't the two fair daughters, isn't he you mean?
Even he, Biondello.
Hark you, sir. You mean not her too.
Perhaps him and her, sir. What do you have to do?
not her that chide, sir, at any hand, I pray.
I love no chinders, sir. Bandello, let's away.
Well begun, Trainio.
Sir, a word ere you go. Are you a suitor to the maid you talk of, yeah or no?
And if it be, sir, is it any offense?
No, if without more words, you will get you hence.
Why, sir, I pray, are not the streets as free for me as for you?
But so is not she.
For what reason, I beseech you?
For this reason, if you'll know, that she's the choice love of Signor Gremio.
That she's the chosen of Signor Hortensio.
Softly, my masters, if you be gentlemen, do me the right, hear me with patience. Batista is a noble gentleman, to whom my father is not all unknown. And here her daughter, fairer than she is. She's more suitors have, and me for one. Fair lady's daughter had 1,000 wooers, then well one more may fairer Batistas have, and so she shall. Lutencio shall make one, though Paris came in hope to speed along.
What? This gentleman will out-talk us all?
Sir, give him head. I know who prove a jade.
Hortensio, to what end are all these words?
Sir, let me be so bold to ask you, did you yet ever see Batista's daughter?
No, sir, but here I do have to. The one famous for scolding tongue, as the other for the beauteous modesty.
Sir, the first for me, let her go by.
Yeah, leave that labor to great Hercules, and let it be more than Alcisi's 12.
Sir, understand ye this of me in sooth, the youngest daughter, whom you hearken for. Her father keeps from all access of suitors, and will not promise her to any man until the other sister first be wed. The younger then is free, and not before.
If so, sir, that you are the man must steed us all, and me amongst the rest, and if you break the ice and do this feat, achieve the elder, set the younger one free for our access, who hap shall be to have her, will not be graceless, be to be ingrate.
Sir, you say well, and well you do conceive, and since you do profess to be a suitor, you must, as we do, gratify this gentleman, to whom we all rest genuinely beholden.
Sir, I shall be slack, in sign whereof, please ye may concern this afternoon, and quaff course to our mistress's health, and do as anniversaries do in law, stir mightily, but eat and drink as friends.
Oh, excellent motion. Fellows, let's be go.
The motion's good indeed, and be it so. Petruchio, I shall be a benvenuto.
fates are up, and you will not knock, I'll ring it. I'll try how you console, Bob, and sing it.
Natus no matter, sir, what he legals in Latin. If he bids not an awful cause for me to leave his servant. Look, you sir, you bid, you knock him, and you rap him. Soundly, sir, well for his fit, for a servant to use his master. No being perhaps, for 8 I see 2 and 30, a pipe out, with whom to be God. Oh my God. Nay no oh wait up, there you go. For stripling and then Mormon.
What the
Oh, what a cock. Oh, this woodcock, what a nastiness.
Stop.
Wait. Y'all comes down to this.
First, really?
Oh, what do you do?
Did you say
Wait,
go?
what?
Like I do?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
What? This gentleman will out-tuck us.
What's up, me? I don't know.
Sir, give him head. I know he'll prove me Jay.
Oh, I didn't laugh. I come.
Sir, understand you this of me in South, the youngest daughter, whom of you Hergen. Sir, understand you this of me in Sooth, the youngest daughter, whom you broke her.
Oh, excellent.
I wasn't ready.
So,
No.
Is this on? It's on? It's on?
Dude, there's a red light.
Behind the scenes right here, behind the snes. Oh, let's turn it off before Mario sees this and gets all mad again. Turn it off.